Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome. If you're gearing up for your SSC or other government exams, then you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down 3 super important current affairs topics, the kind that have a really high chance of showing up in your questions. So, grab your notebook, get ready, and let's dive right in. All right, so what's on the agenda for today? First up, we're going to tackle the critical updates to the India-France tax treaty. Second, we'll move on to a topic of national pride, some really interesting new changes at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And finally, we're going to decode Rajasthan's innovative homestay scheme. So, let's get started. Okay, let's kick things off with a major update from India's global economic policy. The India-France tax treaty has recently seen some fundamental changes. This is a super important topic, touching on both international relations and the economy. So let's break down exactly what has changed and, more importantly, why it has changed. First things first, a quick refresher on DTAC. It stands for Double Taxation Avoidance Convention. In simple words, it's a pact between 2 countries that makes sure you don't have to pay tax on the same income in 2 different countries. I mean, nobody wants to be taxed twice, right? So this is just a legal framework to prevent that. Now, a really interesting part of this treaty was something called the MFN clause. You can think of it like a best friend offer. Under this clause, if India gave any other OECD country a special discount on taxes in the future, France would automatically get that same best deal. No questions asked. That's why it was called the Most Favored Nation clause. So here it is, the biggest update you need to know. Pay close attention. That MFN clause, it's gone. It has been completely removed from the India-France treaty. This is a massive shift. It means that from now on, France doesn't automatically get the best deal. You should definitely star mark this point for your exam. But the real question is, why did India do this? And the answer to why is right here. BEPS. The MFN clause has been replaced by BEPS provisions. BEPS stands for Base Erosion and Profit Shifting. The best way to understand it is to imagine a bucket full of water with a lot of little holes in it. BEPS is all about plugging those holes. You see, big multinational companies were using these loopholes to leak their profits from high-tax countries to low-tax countries. BEPS is the global system designed to plug these tax loopholes for good. This slide really summarizes the whole shift beautifully. On the left, you see the old focus was the MFN clause, which was all about giving one country, France, special treatment. Now, look to the right. The new focus is on BEPS, which is about stopping tax evasion globally. So the whole approach has shifted from being country-specific to being rule-based and fair for everybody. Okay, time to test what we've just learned with a practical exam-style question. Imagine an investor from France sells their shares in an Indian company and makes a profit. Where will the capital gains on that profit be taxed? In India or in France? Take a moment to think about it. And the answer is India, exactly. Under the new BEPS-aligned rules, the tax on capital gains is applied where the source of the income is. In this case, since the company is Indian, the source of the income is India. This is a real game-changing rule, so make sure you remember this one. So, we've just seen how India is redefining its economic policies on the global stage. Now let's bring our focus back home and see how our country is rethinking its own national identity and heritage. We're going to talk about a very significant change that's taken place at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. So, what's the thinking behind these changes? Well, this quote you see on the screen really captures the entire spirit of the move. The idea is to leave behind the symbols of the colonial era, the symbols of subjugation, and to give our own national heroes and icons their rightful place. It's a really powerful statement of decolonization. So, what is the actual change? A statue of the British architect Edwin Lutyens is being replaced by a statue of Rajagopalachari. On one hand, you have Lutyens, who designed New Delhi, a symbol of colonial power. And on the other hand, you have Rajagopalachari, fondly known as Rajaji, the very last and the only Indian Governor-General. The symbolism here is incredibly powerful. Let's make sure this point is locked in our minds. What is that one unique thing in history that makes Rajagopalachari so distinct? This is a classic exam question. And here is the key fact you absolutely must remember. He was the only and the last Indian Governor-General of India. These 2 words, only and last, are golden keywords for your exam. Please don't forget them. We've talked about national policy and national symbols. So now let's go down to the grassroots level. Let's see how a state-level initiative is working to boost both its economy and its culture. We're talking about Rajasthan's new homestay scheme. Just think about this for a second. A state needs to increase tourism and create jobs for its people, but at the same time, it wants to protect the environment by not building more huge hotels. That's a tricky problem to solve, isn't it? Well, the Rajasthan government has come up with a very smart solution through its Homestay Scheme 2026. So, what are the main pillars of this scheme? First, it's about promoting rural and community-based tourism, showing tourists the authentic life in villages, away from the cities. This directly benefits local families, creating self-employment opportunities right at home. It offers tourists a real, genuine experience of the local traditions and food. And all of this is done in a sustainable way, without harming the environment. Those are its core objectives. So how does this actually work? It's a perfect win-win cycle. Step 1. Local families offer a few rooms in their own homes. Step 2. Instead of a hotel, tourists get the atmosphere of a real home and an authentic cultural experience. Step 3. This helps the local people increase their income. And step 4, the state gets more accommodation for tourists, all without any heavy construction. What a simple and effective idea. But what's the government's role in all of this? Well, the government isn't just launching the scheme and stepping back. It's actively providing proper training to the homeowners, things like hospitality and even digital skills like managing online bookings. This training is absolutely crucial for the success of the scheme. Okay, aspirants, we've covered all 3 of our topics. Now for the most important part of our session, a quick, final revision. These are the key points that you have to take with you into the exam hall. All right, let's go through this exam master checklist really quickly. India-France Treaty, MFN clause is out. BEPS provisions are in. Capital gains tax, now taxed in India. Rashtrapati Bhavan, Lutyens statue replaced by C. Rajagopalachari's, and who was Rajaji? The last and only Indian Governor General. Finally, the Rajasthan scheme is all about promoting rural tourism and self-employment. Got it? Perfect. If you'd like to get free notes for this entire session in PDF format and also get important updates for your exams, then you should definitely join our Telegram channel. You'll find the link for it in the description below. And lastly, if you found this session helpful and it added value to your preparation, please hit that like button. Share it with all your friends who are also preparing for exams. And of course, for more exam-focused sessions just like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and all the very best for your